shave all the bark off for some friction. So you've been told to listen for that snap. Anytime you see that, what do you have? You've got dry wood. And what do you need dry wood for? To make a dry tinder bundle. So go out and find a lot of this dry branch debris that's fallen. Comes right out of the top of trees. And when you do, check it. If it's got that nice snap to it, again, you're gonna know it's dry. And that's whether it's in a time when there's no precipitation falling or if there's snow on the ground. You know, and even when I failed at mine, my problem wasn't that I didn't have dry tinder. I didn't have enough of it. I mean, look at that tinder bundle. I should have known that that would never be enough to be able to blow into a flame. I didn't take the time that is necessary for doing a tinder bundle that you're gonna blow into a fire. But you know, that's not good practice. So I'm gonna make a good tinder bundle, and I'm gonna show you some things about that. You can do it without a fixed blade, just a pocket knife. You can make a good tinder bundle. Even if you don't have grasses, just those dry woods can go a long way. Another thing to be mindful of is once you get that tinder bundle made, you're gonna need something to cradle it in. These old tulip tree leaves, they hang around through the winter time. They're nice and dry. You can get enough of these together to make a bed, to lay those shavings in, to make a wonderful tinder bundle. So I'm gonna collect a few of these, and then we're gonna get shaving. And this time, I brought my handkerchief as a shavings catch. So what we're gonna do is take some of this dry stuff, and we're just gonna shave it down with our knives. Now, if I had any inkling that this was wet, I'd shave all the bark off and not include it in my tinder bundle. But some of these long pieces of bark will actually give some substance to the tinder bundle when we start making our shaving collection. And again, we're just gonna take this down, keep turning around as you shave. And eventually we'll get us a nice pile of shavings right here in our handkerchief. So let's just grab this up here in the handkerchief and see what we've actually collected here. I can tell by the weight of it in the handkerchief that it's a good amount. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That is a substantial amount of material to use in our bird's nest. And you know, I didn't have that much material in my last bird's nest. And that was my fault. That was, again, I think when it's cold, when it's freezing outside, you might rush yourself a little bit. And we have to learn those lessons not to rush. When it's a 50-degree day, like today, you can take your leisure, make as big a pile as you want. But when it's freezing cold and there's snow on the ground and there's nowhere dry to lay your tinder, you forgot your handkerchief, things aren't ideal, well, that's when you have to be disciplined. I'm learning that too. Take your time, build a substantial amount of tinder for your bird's nest, because that ember deserves it, and you're gonna want it. All right, so let me gather this up, put it in our leaves, and just kind of show you what it looks like when we assemble it. All right, so we'll lay our leaves down in a manner such as this. We'll take our tinder bundle, place it on the leaves like that, and then we'll scoop up our leaves like this and create something that we want to blow into a flame. Now we need an ember. Let's see what method we'll use for that. How about we try a hand drill? I'll tell you, these hands, they're still recovering, but I might have one in me. Let's give it a go. All right, same as last time. We have a common thistle for the spindle and a piece of oak, spalted oak, for the hearth board or the fireboard. And let's give it a go. All right, so again, we're gonna do 60 floating before we start doing some fast passes down the spindle. I think we've got an ember, yeah. Got a good ember right there. All right. So we want to transfer that over here to our bundle. Very, very carefully here. All right, so we've got him in there. We're going to cover him up with some of this. And now, we're gonna blow this to flame. Wind blowing on it. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The importance of having a proper bird's nest, a proper tinder bundle, taking the time to do it and do it right. All right, so that's why it's so important to spend a little extra time with the bird's nest, with building your Tinder bundle. If I'd have had enough, if I'd have taken my time, I would have gotten a fire in the snow. But because I did not take the time, I lost out on a great opportunity. I mean, I got an ember, but I would love to have held that flame in the contrast of the white snow. Maybe next year. Hey, maybe this year. The weather is plumb crazy. All right. Well, guys, thanks again for joining me this week. I want to say thank you guys for the new subscribers. I appreciate you guys joining along. Also for the giveaway that's going on. I wish everybody the best of luck in that. So let everybody know about that giveaway. Unless you want to keep it quiet, less people, the more chance your odds are winning. I understand. But anyways, I'd like to see as many people get in as possible. So I'm going to be doing some shorts and things like that, letting people know about the giveaway. Again, that is a Lynx Gear Hunter knife. You can find those on Amazon for about $18. What's better than an $18 great knife? A free $18 great knife. And also the Rocktall 29-in-1 multi-tool. Again, a great combination. And you guys know I had to sacrifice my fixed blade knife as I lost a challenge. But I'm getting by just fine with my pocket knife. And if I had to, and for the challenges, my blade specifically that I have is going to be that one on the multi-tool. So I'll definitely be using that one in the videos that are coming up challenge-wise, and we'll just see what the challenge holds for us. All right. So again, thank you guys again for watching. This is Level 3 Readiness, reminding you: finish what you start, finish strong, and be ready for anything because it's coming. Level 3 out. Got him in there.